Dnepropetrovsk, known simply as Dnipro by those who live here, is the third largest city in Ukraine, about 400 kilometers southeast of the capital, Kiev. It played a key role in the arms, space and nuclear programs of the former USSR. At its height during the Cold War years, Yuzmash employed 55,000 people. Before venturing inside, I had a look around outside at two of the factory's proudest achievements. The first rocket ever produced here, and right opposite it, the most deadly.
SS-18, the most powerful missile in the world.
The Satana carries 10 warheads and has a range of over 10,000 kilometers. It was commissioned by the Soviets and is almost 30 years old. An updated version is still being produced today.
It's estimated that over half all Ukrainians work in sales, so I'm going to meet someone who does just that. In fact, he's a salesman by day and he's a musician by night. It's Denis Davidov. Hi Denis, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Tell me first, because I'm very intrigued, what is going on here?
Those are the locks that those people who are in love, they just put it here, and it's like in the memory of their eternal love. They just put their names on a date and they just throw away the key.
Dnipro is famous throughout Ukraine for having the longest embankment in Europe, a whopping 23 kilometers. Some claim it's the longest in the world.
And what are we seeing around here then? Point me out the landmarks of Dnipro from here.
First of all, you can see the river. This bridge is the widest in Ukraine, I guess, the longest. Yep, this is the church. It's just a monastery island, and it used to be an ancient monastery in 13th century, I guess.
Deep under our square mile is the Dnipro Metro, which has the unhappy distinction of being the shortest metro in the world, and not by design. It's become a symbol here of broken political promises in an area which spawned the careers of ex-presidents Brezhnev, Kuchma and Prime Minister Timoshenko.
Ukraine currently has the 5th largest Jewish community in Europe and the 10th largest in the world. They're building a huge new complex. Its 7 towers will include a Holocaust museum, shops, restaurants, a banqueting hall, conference facilities and a 70-room hotel. The history of the Jewish community in Dnipro has been a turbulent one. 200 years ago, when the city was called Yekaterinoslav, Jews settled here because it was one of the few places in Russia they were allowed to live. The community thrived, and by the 1930s, nearly half the population of the city was Jewish. Then came the horrors of the Second World War. In 1941, over 11,000 Jews who hadn't fled were murdered by the Nazis. This project will commemorate their lives, and it's hoped finally lay to rest the anti-Semitism of Soviet times.
It's the 100th anniversary of International Women's Day, and what that means here is that Ukrainian women are given flowers and presents by the men they know, and not just husbands and boyfriends, but brothers, bosses, employees. And unlike in some countries, this isn't a day to raise questions about equality or women's rights. It's a day to revere femininity and to celebrate what every Ukrainian I've spoken to here has said to me, man and woman, that Ukrainian women are simply the most beautiful in the world.